The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey, folks, good Monday morning to you. Welcome to the show. Stephanie Pauly is our producer today. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. We're in the Jared Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit jared-construction.com. Phone calls to the show, a service of Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly on Spring Street. Texting services courtesy Tony the Taylor, Virginia Street, Charleston. A couple dates to remember. November the 7th, the last day to order custom items for Christmas. November the 18th, the end of Bolt sale. You can save up to 50% off custom suits and jackets. Now, Tony's going to be closed Thanksgiving Day, of course, and also the day after on that Friday. However, on that Saturday, Small Business Saturday, and December 4th, he will be open then, of course. December 4th is the holiday trunk shows. Check out bestmastertaylor.com or Tony's Facebook page if you want more information. Hope everybody had a great weekend, of course. A great Halloween on Friday night. Also hope everyone survived the time change. And I'll tell you, I've never been one that really cared one way or the other. People get all worked up about it, but it is always weird when it gets dark, you know, on that first Sunday like it did yesterday at about 5:30, and then it was daylight when I left my house this morning, but you get used to it. Coming up a little bit later on, Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin is here. Questions, comments, concerns for the mayor. Now is your time to talk one-on-one with her. Of course, we just came off a great weekend of activities here in the Valley. I was at Capitol Market on Saturday for the Mac and Cheese Cook-Off. I'll be back there next Saturday for the Biscuits and Gravy Bowl. And then I'll pick up and head to Nitro for the Wagon Tails and Nitro Ales Chili Cook-Off and Beer Festival. It's a rough life I live, Danny. Danny Jones is here. It's a rough life I live, man.
Can I say something about the mac and cheese?
You can say whatever you want, buddy.
That was for the Language Center.
Lawrence
right
Jones? Mm-hmm.
Lawrence Jones III. That was my brother.
Yep, yeah. And I did not know that till you told me that a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Great turnout over there. The judge's choice was the folks at the Ruffner, Drew McClanahan, and the people's choice was the folks at Coco's, great eatery in downtown Charleston. So about 20, I'm going to guess 25, 26 entries down there.
There was tell you something that's in the book. My sister's named Laura. Mm-hmm. We had a lady that worked for us intermittently. Her name was Laura. Mm-hmm. Lawrence, my brother, had a really bad speech impediment. Mm-hmm. He ended up with a radio voice. Ask Steve Bishop. Mm-hmm. But he didn't understand. He couldn't make out why he was called Laura. She was called Laura, and she was called Laura. So he called Laura Hamilton Gaga. Mm-hmm. And that name stuck with her, and it's on her tombstone.
Really?
And it's in the book. Okay. And so, but he wound up, when I was a kid, like...
Was he older than you or younger than you?
Younger.
Okay, younger than you, okay.
He took his life when he was 60. It was 2016. But I would go to Charleston Memorial Hospital. Back then, it was just a circle. You know, you could park in the circle. Mm-hmm. And right inside, there was a door, and there was a guy named Jess Barton, who later became a really good customer in my restaurant. And he had Lawrence in there teaching him how to speak. And it was really, really abusive. It sounded abusive. You know, I'm sure it was just the way it's supposed to go.
Right.
But Lawrence turned out to have a radio voice. Yeah. He had jobs at radio stations.
It's funny how that works. I mean, James Earl Jones is probably one of the best examples of that. I mean, James Earl Jones could barely speak until he was like 10 or 12 years old. his speech impediment was so bad. And then, I mean, then you know what he became. So,
well, not that maybe this is not a good example, even though I remember the first night the guy got elected back in 72, Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. He had he was a stutterer, really bad stutterer.
Very bad, yeah.
Yeah. And he had a great voice until he became president.
Well, and a lot of things after he became president. Danny Jones is here, of course. Danny's with us every Monday, but we kind of flip things around on the first Monday of the month because Mayor Goodwin will be in a little bit later on.
Do people call and ask her questions?
They text more than they call, but sometimes we do. Mm-hmm. Here's my pet peeve about the whole thing, Danny, and I've said this before. In this world of social media, everybody's quick to criticize. They'll light up, our social media. They'll light up, the television stations, the Gazette Mail or whatever. But the mayor comes on this show the first Monday of every month and is wide open. She sits in the seat where you are now.
All right.
And she has no idea who's calling. She has no idea what the texts are going to be. She'll come in with a couple things she wants to mention, of course, but nothing after that. And these keyboard commandos won't call.
Well,
and that just infuriates me because here's an opportunity, for you to talk if you've got issues. And I don't care whether it's Amy. It could be any mayor for that matter. Here's your opportunity to talk, and they choose not to.
And as mayor, I was on here for 4 years.
Exactly.
And the same situation. Now, they call the office, and they just had to speak with the mayor. Mm-hmm. Well, the problem with that is that I'm going to give them right back.
Yeah, to the people who actually, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean,
I understand.
You can't necessarily take care of the pothole over on such and such street.
And the mayor, I bet she's going to say, call my office.
That's what she always does.
Call my office, leave a message, and I'll tend to it when I get back. It would be tended to anyway.
Yeah.
I would assume it's tended to anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, somebody, when you're the mayor of the largest city in West Virginia, I mean, and it's, you're not going to be able to, as I said, go after every stray dog that's running through South Hills and everything else. You're going to have other people to do that. This past weekend, though, Danny, this is something I want to ask you about as a former mayor. This past weekend and every weekend in Charleston, especially during the good weather months, there are always so many activities going on. There's everything at Capitol Market, downtown, Slack Plaza.
Right.
And really that's true of the entire valley.
Right.
But yet people complain that there's nothing to do.
Oh, there's
how is that possible?
If you're 75 years old, there's not as much.
Well, I get that.
But no, I think there's plenty to do in this city, and I think the mayor has done a good job with that. She bought the regatta back. She had the money to do it with. We didn't have it. But she bought the regatta back. And we still have the festival, right?
Festival
Still have that.
And Festival. You got the two different things. And last week, of course, we started talking about the Christmas parade because that's always the big thing, and they have to have within the announcement. I think we had Matt Sutton on the show on, I think it was Thursday, and they made the announcement on Wednesday. They already had like 20 entrants by the time 12 hours later Sutton comes on the show, and we've already got 20 some odd entrants.
And she bought it back at night, which is where it was when I was a little boy. We used to go down Charleston at night and watch the Christmas parade, and I think that was a good move.
Well, and I remember when it was first brought back, and her administration took a lot of grief for that, Danny, because they said, it's a school night. So I'd say probably 70% of the, and that's just an arbitrary figure I'm throwing out there, 60-70% of all the Christmas parades are held at night. I mean,
yeah.
You're not. Here's the thing, Danny. You're not going to please everybody. We had the big blow up over trick or treating last week, because of inclement weather that was expected. Originally, Kanawha County opted to move it to Thursday night. That's when they were going to have it, I should say, originally on Thursday night, but then they were expecting really bad weather, so it got moved ahead to Halloween night. which is when a lot of the, I live in Putnam County. Ours was always on that night. And people, said, well, you're going to go head to head with high school football, but on Thursday night, you're going head to head with middle school football. So you can't make everybody happy.
One of the county commissioners is running for the state Senate.
Yeah, Lance Wheeler. Yep.
I wonder now, are people filing for his job?
One person has already filed. Jared Page. I've already interviewed him on the air. That's the one person I know of.
Let me. There's a contest going on in Massachusetts, and there's a young man who's 47. He's a congressman named Seth Moulton, and the senator is Ed Markey. I can't stand him. They're both liberal Democrats.
Okay.
But Ed Markey, if that's his first name, I can't remember.
Okay.
It's 80 years old. That's too old. I think 75 is old enough. I mean, I think I'm too old to run for office. I'm here for advice if anybody wants it. Or if you want, I'll share my experiences with you privately. If that'll help you. If you want me to serve on the board, I might do that.
Right. What is too old to serve? And I know it depends on the job. I mean, being a congressman, because of all the travel and everything, it's not necessarily like being the mayor of a small town. I get that. But is there a certain age?
75. That's my age.
Okay.
That's the age I pick.
Okay, you pick 75.
I pick 75.
But,
now,
we all know that all 75-year-olds are not created equal, though. I mean, there's some. There's
Charles Grassley.
Yeah.
Who's in his 90s.
Yeah.
But I think that there's other people in Iowa that could replace him that are in there that are not quite that old. Poor old Strom Thurmond, he was there till he was 100, and he couldn't even carry on a conversation.
And let's face it, with all due respect, and in this state, we put the name of Robert Byrd up there in a reverent place, and I get that. Robert Byrd served way too long, in my opinion. He was not as effective. And I look, there's no bigger Ronald Reagan fan than me. Reagan by 86, 87 was out.
I told you he got elected at 70.
Right, yeah.
But of course, now this comes from his son, who I can't stand.
Michael?
Atheist. No, the atheist.
Stephen?
No, Ron.
Oh, Ron Reagan Jr. Yeah, I'm sorry.
He said that his father was never the same after he got shot. And I don't believe he was.
Right. Well, that'll do it.
So, but sure. He would go back and forth. I mean, he would, like when he got into it over there with Gorbachev. And then they went back. And then Gorbachev buckled.
All right.
And
we need to take a break here real quick. I want to hold you over, though. It's 9:20. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Fresh Air Filters of Taze Valley. Fresh Air, your trusted filter experts for both your home or business. 304-440-1104. Visit freshairfilters.us because everyone deserves fresh air. Former Charleston Mayor Danny Jones is here. We'll bring in the current mayor a little bit later on. We're back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses care for your family.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Office 222 Capitol Street, Charleston. Cases will be handled by West Virginia licensed attorneys. The attorney in this ad is not licensed in West Virginia. ForThePeople.com.
You've worked hard. You've saved. Now it's time to make your money work for you without second-guessing every decision. I'm John Burdett with 4th Avenue Financial, and I help people retire with confidence and clarity. We'll create a personalized plan that fits your lifestyle, your goals, and your legacy. Retirement should feel like freedom, not fear. Visit FourthAvenueFinancial.com. Let's get started today. 4th Avenue Financial, retirement done right.
Securities offered through J.D. McCall Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through J.D. McCall Advisors Incorporated.
The latest in news, talk, and sports when 580 WCHS is brought to you by Jarrett Construction. Call 304-344-9140 for more information.
Right on time, right on budget. Call on Jarrett Construction.
Welcome back to the show. It's 9:22. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. Poor indoor air quality can cause a variety of health issues, allergies, respiratory problems, and more. Pinnacle has specialized indoor air quality services, residential, commercial, and industrial type settings. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can hurt you. Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin coming up a little bit later on. The former mayor Danny Jones is here. We'll talk about the book, but I do have a couple texts here for you. One said, we talked about the restaurant, that you closed down the restaurant, but any thoughts of maybe having another business move into it?
No, not right now.
Okay.
Somebody have to make a case.
Okay, and by make a case, you mean what? Because we had the issue with the...
Somebody'd have to want it.
Okay.
I fixed that.
Okay.
I've already fixed it.
Okay.
So, cost me, I don't know, $1,500. I fixed it.
Okay. So, do you want to sell it, or what do you want to do with it? It's none of my business, but...
No. I mean, I've got the place rented until 2028. I've got the rent paid. I mean, it's... Martin and I trading around cars. I mean,
horse trading, man. That's what we used to call it, horse trading.
So it's there. I thought about moving in it,
living in the restaurant.
If the boys weren't, if I knew the boys weren't coming back, I'd move in there.
Why don't you just put like a shrine? I mean, it's practically, when you had the restaurant, Danny, it was, and I know your stuff's still there, it was practically a shrine anyway. Why don't you just set up an office and have like coffee time with Danny?
Well, that's what I had before.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I had my massage chair down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd get in my massage chair and I'd fall asleep in my massage chair. And people would want to come in and I'd be laying there.
Danny, I'm telling you, you could go down there and advertise, when you're going to be there, and people would come down just to drink coffee and just to hang out with you. I have no doubt about it.
Thank you.
All right. Let's talk about the book. 2 weeks from today, is that right?
2 weeks from today, it comes out.
Okay.
I talked to the manager at Taylor Books, and he is going to let me put about 10 books in there. And then I have a book signing on the 22nd. It's on Saturday of November. So in other words, that's 3 weeks from this past Saturday. I'll have a book signing at 2:00, so you can come in there and if you want to buy a book and get me to sign it, I'll be glad to do it. And I hope people buy it.
They will.
Charlie and I worked very hard on the book. Harry's read it. Harry, my friend that wrote In Broad Daylight, the Skidmore book. He's read the book.
When can I get my copy of it, Danny? Can I get an advance copy? I mean, I'll pay for it.
No. The only thing I have is an unedited version.
Well, that's what I want.
Do you really want one?
I want. No, I'll take the one everybody else gets, Danny. Yeah.
Right.
So, but I definitely, I want a copy of that.
Harry thinks. In 1974, I engaged in some very in that era, 72 to 76, very hedonistic activities that I write about.
Okay.
He said there should have been a link. There should have been a trend, a period like, how did that guy come to run for sheriff of Kanawha County?
The transformation.
Yeah, and get elected.
Multiple times. To the different offices.
I could have been reelected sheriff.
The different offices,
But I ran for the House that year, and there were 24 candidates running for 12 seats. I came in first.
See, here's the thing about it is, and I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about political aspirations, and he said, I would love to run for office. He said, but I don't, and especially in the age of the internet now, he said, I don't want to have to go back and answer because I got suspended in 5th grade for cheating on a spelling test or something, because everything is out there now.
Well,
but I have a lot of respect for political figures, I don't care whether they're Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, who come out and say, look, I haven't always been the best of person.
No. Well,
you know?
the one thing the drug investigation taught me, because my file was leaked, a federal file, an FBI file was leaked by a police chief in this city and the head of the drug unit. They couldn't prosecute me, so they leaked my file, made national news.
Mm-hmm.
Bad news doesn't get better with age. Put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something you can't stand, open a restaurant.
See, I remember, back in the days of Bill Clinton and that whole debacle. Now nobody would care if you said that you smoked pot. But back in the 90s, that was kind of a thing. And then he said I didn't. And I mean, man, just say you did.
Well, but and he lied about Jennifer Flowers.
He lied about a lot of things.
He said that in the deposition, he said that he was with her once when he had an affair with her. Mm-hmm. And when he was married to Hillary. Mm-hmm. And Miss Arkansas, he had his way with her in the back of an ambulance. I mean, I'm not kidding you.
I have no doubt.
And he was married to Hillary, and she had lied about it. And she came out and she said, look, it happened. I want to get it off my chest. Mm-hmm. And there it is. So it was in the back of a car, I think. I thought it was an ambulance.
Well, it doesn't matter at this point.
But he was a hound dog,
Yes, indeed.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
All right, let's talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene. She was on Bill Maher on Friday night. I have not seen it yet. I plan to watch it. She's on The View tomorrow. You saw her on Bill Maher. What did you think of Marjorie Taylor Greene on Bill Maher?
Very impressed. Mm-hmm. Very impressed. She did very well.
What impressed you about her?
She's matured so much. Mm-hmm. And I think she's mainstreamed herself. If I lived in her district, I'd vote for her.
And she's at odds with the Trump administration now.
Good.
On certain things. And what sort of a bizarro world, though, Danny, do we live in that, you're like, oh, my God, Marjorie Taylor Greene started to make sense. I mean, are these no. Are we in the end days here?
No, she changed.
Did she really?
Yeah, she's changed. She's a different person, and she's mature, and I like her. I really do.
What did she do so well? Because I haven't seen it. Talked to a friend of mine this morning who did see it. He said it was kind of contentious back and forth between Bill Maher and her. What was your take on? Okay.
I didn't pick that.
Everybody's perception is different.
But, they may have disagreed on some stuff.
Right, okay.
But he said she'd been invited on the show. She said, I've never been invited on the show. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe your staff didn't tell you.
Well, and that happens. And look, and people will talk crap about Bill Maher, and I don't agree with him on everything. He's one of my favorite comedians. I certainly don't agree with him on everything, but I will say this. He takes so much crap from the left because he has Marjorie Taylor Greene on the show, because he had the border czar Holman on the show. He says, look, I have invited AOC on the show. AOC will not come on the show. Chuck Schumer will not come on the show.
Neither would Kamala.
Yeah, right. And he says the people that will come on the show are these Republicans, and I'm going to platform them, and I give him credit for that.
Sure, Kamala.
Yeah. All right.
I've read her book.
Okay. All right. Talk about that. Or
it's a diary.
Okay.
It's just a diary about what happened in those 107 days. Mm-hmm. I went to the speak to the teachers union. I got a great reception, and the lady that runs it, and I can't think of her name, but she said, "Oh, you are great. You're going to win." All that stuff. That's what the book is. Mm-hmm. And she trashes my man Josh
Shapiro.
Yeah, but
she claims that Gavin if I'm wrong about this, somebody can correct me, but I think that she claims that she texted Gavin Newsom and only got something to the effect of hiking, we'll call back, and he never did. Now, Gavin Newsom says that never happened.
Well, and who knows?
Yeah, you just don't know.
She now, Jonathan Carl in his book said, well, the president went on Joe Rogan, and Kamala never did. Kamala refused. Kamala didn't give an interview for 35 days. And when you are running for office, you chase the microphone. You chase the cameras. You want exposure. And she wouldn't do that. That wasn't the style. And she spent $1.5 billion.
And still didn't get elected.
And she had, and she paid Oprah $1 million. What, did Oprah need the money? I mean, what?
And so what, she
she
said,
paid Beyonce 10, I think.
she says she's going to run again. So,
Well, let her.
you think, I mean, does she
She's
have
not
any?
going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless they want to lose again.
I'm not so sure that the Democratic Party, I mean, this is just my opinion. On the national level, I'm not so sure the Democratic Party wants to win anymore because they can't, when they continue to prop up the people that they're propping up. You can't hope that you're going to get this country back by putting AOCs and people like that of the world. And before anybody attacks me, I don't mean gender or race or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these far left people are not going to win. Period.
They're not going to nominate a mainstream candidate like Rahm Emanuel and my favorite, Stephen A., or my real favorite, Josh Shapiro. He's too mainstream. He's a governor. He does things right. He sees a problem, he fixes it.
All right. Hold on one second because I want to give you a little bit of time to close it out here, and then we got to bring the mayor in, the current mayor in. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by the all-new Generations Ford of Hurricane. Your family locally owned Ford dealership. Ask about X-Plan discount pricing on the purchase of every new Ford. Are also offering 130% of Kelley Blue Book fair trade value for your vehicle. Visit them today off the Hurricane exit or online at generationsford.com. One destination for every generation. Generations Ford. See dealer for details. Text says, Danny doesn't even know Marjorie Taylor Greene, but he has knowledge to say she's matured. Explain in detail the personal growth she had. And then
I've
we'll close it
watched
up.
her. I've watched her since she's been in office and how silly she would be. And she would say silly things, and she'd hold up pictures of, didn't she hold up a picture of a naked person, somebody?
I don't remember that. I'm not saying she didn't. I don't remember.
But she held up a picture of Eric Swalwell with that Chinese lady who was turned out to be a spy. I have watched her, and I think she's matured. I think she'd be a lot more mature now if they had run off the speaker. What's his name? Who am I thinking of? The blonde-headed guy. That's why I can't stand. I can't stand that. I can't think that.
Let me knock out this final text for you. Text says Kamala would have done everything Kamala could have done everything Danny suggested, and the results would have been the same. America won't elect a woman, definitely not a non-white woman at that.
She wouldn't bomb Iran. She wouldn't have settled the Middle East. No. She wouldn't have done either of those things.
All right. We got to leave it there, Danny.
Thank you.
Countdown is on for the book, man. 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today.
And I'll talk to you next Monday.
I hope so.
All right. 25 minutes away from 10. The Dave Allen Show, 580 Live, brought to you part by Hudson's Pizza. This month, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and an 8-inch chocolate chip cookie, $23.99. Find your nearest Hudson's Pizza for delivery, dine-in, or pick up at Hudson'sPizza.com. Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin is coming up next on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses have been creating jobs in West Virginia since 1997.
Let's be honest, that holiday list isn't going to get any shorter this year. Luckily, a Christmas loan from Members Choice, West Virginia Federal Credit Union, can help you mark off all of those holiday must-haves. Borrow up to $1,500 with rates as low as 7.99% APR and up to 10 months to pay it back. So go ahead, wrap the gifts and deck the halls, because making the season bright shouldn't break the bank. Apply now at memberschoicewv.com. Loans are subject to credit approval. Additional restrictions may apply.
I'm Doug Leach, founder and CEO of Ascension Recovery Services. We've done a number of projects with Jarrett Construction. Finding people that really care about what they do and care about what we do is pretty unique. In Jarrett Construction, they care. They're really, really good people. Good people do the right thing, and they're very skilled. They have all the qualities that make up just a perfect construction partner, and they just built us a phenomenal building.
Right on time, right on budget. Call on Jarrett Construction.
The final week of the high school football regular season has arrived. Check out our Go-Mart Game of the Week, Westside and Logan. Plus, the Musselman Applemen travel to historic Pony Lewis Field to face Morgantown. And Roane County versus Tyler Consolidated. You can also watch Greenbrier West and Gilmer County, plus many more games, all on Metro News TV. Brought to you by the Thrasher Group, Marshall University, and the Mountaineer Challenge Academy. Stream the action live on Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
Welcome back to the show. 23 minutes away from 10. All this month, WCHS invites you to join us in saluting the heroes who served our country. Call 304-935-5008. Leave a voicemail sharing your gratitude for a veteran in your life. We're going to play back those messages all month long, or if you prefer email, you can email us on the website, WCHSnetwork.com. Together, let's make sure every veteran knows how much they're appreciated from all of us at the Voice of Charleston, WCHS, and Toyota Motor Manufacturing of West Virginia. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. Salango Law Light the night, returning to Go-Mart Ballpark November 21st. It'll run through the first of the year. Get your tickets in advance by visiting dblightthenight.com. And it is Kevin McCarthy. That's who, for some reason, neither Danny or myself could come up with the name. It was indeed Kevin McCarthy. We'll get to Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin here coming up in a couple of moments. Later today, Metro News Midday with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and me continuing to talk about the partial government shutdown and the people trying to help with the loss or suspension of SNAP benefits. So we'll get into that. It's Monday. Means we're going to introduce you to another great mayor from around the states. Big win for the Mountaineer football team on the road Saturday at Houston. They return home Saturday night to take on Colorado. Daniel Woods will join us to talk about that, plus Open Line West Virginia. Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barrett and me coming up at noon today. On this show tomorrow, Senator Shelley Moore Capito is here, and we'll spend some time talking about the upcoming West Virginia Film Festival. Look who's here. It's the current mayor, Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing fine.
Excellent. We're having a veteran. Speaking of veterans, you can also support our veterans at our Veterans Day Parade, which is next Tuesday. Tommy Wingo does an amazing job with the American Legion John Brawley Post 20. It's step off is at 11. And then always after the parade, Dave, as you well know, they have a really great ceremony down at Haddad Riverfront Park that begins about 12-ish. So you can also come out and support your veterans in the parade.
And that's next Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday of next week. All right. So
parades.
So remind me of this, and Stephanie, if you will also remind me of this. Let's try to have somebody on the show next Monday to talk about that.
Yeah.
So it could be yourself, or it could be
Tommy Wingo would be great.
Tommy,
I think he'd be wonderful. I'll make sure that we reach out to Tommy today to see. But
we'll try to get him or anybody else you want to have on the show to talk about, because we can't do enough for our veterans.
No, absolutely, 1,010% for sure.
So how was trick or treat at your place?
Oh, trick or treat! You know what? I love trick or treat. I have a skeleton on my front doorstep. We call him Slim.
Okay.
And he has a hat on and a little scarf and a little cat. But I don't get very many trick or treaters as I used to. I used to live on the East End. Mm-hmm. And my husband and I, the first year we moved in, the neighbors laughed at our candy bowl and said, "That's not enough." I was like, but there's, 250 pieces. They're like, yeah, you're going to need about 3 times as much. I said to Booth, go to 7-Eleven now. And it is really true. I love it so much. But, Woody does such a great job with the Beaton Trick or Beat, which is at the ballpark, which we always participate in that. So we have an opportunity to see the kids, and we dress up every year. And it is so incredibly fun. And, Mayor Jones and I were just talking as he was leaving about activities and things to do. You know, when I became mayor 6.5, almost 7 years ago, that's what I wanted: vitality, vibrancy. And those are the things, as he was just talking about, another event that he'd like to see back. Me too, the car show. I hated that they left. I wish they would come back, and would love it if they came back.
All right, hold on.
I miss it.
Can I interrupt you there
My
1 second?
kids miss it.
Can I interrupt you there 1 second?
Yeah, hit me.
I want you to go on the record right now, because you've done it before. But we get so many, and you get so much. And look, I'll give you crap if I want to, because I'm your friend and I can do that.
I wish you would.
I do.
Yeah,
but I get this all the time. The mayor killed the car show.
I love
talking about
the
Rod
car
Ronda.
show.
Put it on the record again that the mayor did not kill the car show.
It. I wanted it. I have all the emails and documentations to back all of this up. And Mayor Jones knows this for sure. We were just talking about it. I gave more money. I gave more support for the car show than ever before. But the year they left, they said, we ran out of volunteers. We're running out of sponsorship. We need $75,000 right now to do it. And I said, I don't have 75. I've got 35,000. And they said no. And then I found out about it on the radio, I think, is how we found out about it. But we loved the car show. We'd love to have the car show back. So if anybody's out there and wants to read all my emails or talk to me about it, I'd love it, love it, love it. But I think most of the folks who are engaged and involved really know that we didn't want to see that go. But anyhow, make a long story longer. We are hitting into the season of events, and not only do we have, and I know our chief of staff Matthew Sutton came on Friday to talk about the Christmas parade. Man, O'Day, that's the other thing. The applications are flying in for folks who want to be in the Christmas parade. It is our downtown real estate folks. If you own I don't care if it's a coffee house or a men's shop, shout out to Tony Taylor, or a bar or whatever, you want an evening Christmas parade. It is kind of the big kickoff to the shopping season. So it's super, super, super fun. Of course, we have Holly Jolly, which is on Black Friday. My mom's favorite thing to do is to come in and watch the show. Nothing like your mom sitting there in the front row, Dave, watching you light the Christmas. I'm 54 years old. And my mom still loves to sit there in the front row and watch me flick it's a thing I think of parents, right? If you're a parent or a grandparent, or you're an uncle, or you have love for a child, or have raised a child or take care of children, you love watching those children have joy. My mom still comes because she says, you have so much fun doing that with the kids. And I do. And so that's also super fun coming up.
Got a question for you.
Please.
Text says, Dave and Mayor Goodwin, is there any update on the former Kanawha manufacturing site on the East End? It was partially demoed with plans to turn it into Charleston Lift, also known as Learning, Innovation, Food, and Technology Center. The partially demoed site is set dormant for over a year. It would be a great asset for the community if it's still in the works.
Oh, yeah. No, there's lots of I will give a great shout out to Mara Boggs and the Charleston Area Alliance as they reimagine that site. Plans are still certainly moving forward to transform that site, that neighborhood and that community. They welcomed us, Dave, with open arms when we made this announcement many, many years ago. There is activity on the site, and you will see, hopefully sooner rather than later. When you have large projects, it takes a while. When you have large projects like the Capitol Connector, like doing a $20 million public safety building, or when you have the mall or a sports complex, it is not something that can happen in just a couple of months or a year. Boy, oh boy, I wish I had a magic wand and can make those things happen. But progress, and grand progress and monumental progress comes certainly at a slow pace. It's kind of like me trying to lose that 10 pounds before the end of the year and doing it during the holiday, right? Lose it fast, it comes back. Lose it slow, it stays. That's kind of the same philosophy. Can you tell I didn't have my breakfast already this morning? You can tell.
You're fine. It's 9:45, a Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. All right. So we'll go serious here for a moment. The partial government shutdown is going on. No signs that it's going to end anytime soon. You have to actually get people in the same room to talk in order for that to happen. That's another story for another time. All right. So On Saturday, SNAP benefits, official. I mean, for now, came to an end. We know about the court cases and so on and so forth. But let's just say it right now, we don't know what's going to happen there, but it is what it is. 16% of the population in the state of West Virginia receives some sort of SNAP benefits. Many of those are kids. Many of those are people that are working. All right.
And farmers.
Farmers and so on and so forth. So let's talk about that for a moment, and let's talk about what the city of Charleston is doing.
Yeah, I will say that we can't do everything, just like the county can't do everything. But the county last month before, welcomed in the Senior Services Center and handed them $80,000 to help with their food insecurity. People are hungry, and while you may not think it is a lot, on average, I think it's about $187. It matters. It matters to families that are struggling, that are literally putting budget plans together every month. I remember my mom and dad doing the exact same thing when we were little, right? You put together a family budget. This is how much you have to spend. Food is something that you have to have. So we know that folks are nervous about their access to food. We know from the Queen, Margaret O'Neill, and the United Way that the 211 calls that everybody talks about, right? 211. You need help, 211. They are up over 700 last month compared to where they were in August of this past year. And so we talked to several of our providers. We talked to council members. We talked to folks at the school board, folks in our park and rec centers, because I don't think people know this, Dave. I know you know this because I talk about it all the time. Mm-hmm. We take care of kiddos after school. Nights and weekends and holidays. Your kids come to me. By the way, I want them to. I mean, we have, our park and rec center's open for a reason. It is a safe place to come after school. We help you with your homework. We give you a little bite to eat, and we watch you. So tonight on City Council's agenda, we have put in $60,000 to the Kanawha Valley Collective that will go directly towards the purchase of food for food pantries. We're not talking about hot meals, Dave. We're talking about food that you can take home. Yeah. That you can take home, and also $10,000 of that is going to park and recs for food for our littles who. I know they do because I'm there and we see them all the time. And so it's real. It is a real thing. And every single snack matters. Every single supper to go matters for our littles, certainly, and our families, and certainly for our seniors as well. So, access to SNAP benefits, it's top of mind. It is what everybody continues to talk about. And, one of our city council members said to me, can we do more? Not right now. No, we can't, because our job in the city is to still continue to do the things that we are charged with. But part of that charge is to take care of our families, to make sure that then when there are tough times that we go the extra mile. Is, kind of reminds me of COVID. By the way, Dave, I never thought in a million years part of my job as mayor is to hold the hands of folks who are getting vaccinations. I never thought that would be part of my job description. Oh, buddy, it is. Never did I think that I would sit there being, a little bit, maybe tying the shoe of a little guy who's at our park and rec center and saying, wait a second, why don't you have socks on? Where's your jacket? Did you come with gloves? That is part of the job, because we are a folk in West Virginia, and I grew up here. I know we want to take care of folks. We do what we can, and this is what we can do during this time. And certainly, I know we don't have time to get into it all because you and I feel exactly the same way. You don't have to love me, like me, or hate me. We need to talk. We need to make sure that we're having these conversations and we're doing work for people, because folks in elected positions, that's what we're supposed to do. Gone are the days of this political rhetoric. I'm over it. I'm done with it. Everybody is, because I have to deal with families. I have to talk to families who are coming into our rec centers. I talk to families out on the street who say to me, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have absolutely zero idea. It is not easy, and that's for sure. And I'm very blessed, but I'll tell you this, there's so many of our families who really need our help.
The problem is, though, and we'll say this and we'll go to break and I'll get some more questions here for you. The problem is you say you're over the political rhetoric. I say, even as a talk show host that does this for 4 hours a day, I'm over it.
Sure.
A lot of people aren't, though.
I know.
And especially, and here's the thing, Mayor, especially.
People are just sad and people are angry.
Well, especially, I tell you who really loves it are the people, many of them, that are in office. They love it.
Not this woman.
And no, I'm talking about more on the national level. Yeah. This is what, they like the pot being stirred. That's just me.
Well, boots on the ground folks we're the folks who pick up your trash. We salt your roads.
Exactly.
We take care of your kiddos. I'm over it. I've got a job to do. This is my job.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Bridge Valley Community and Technical College. Insurance agents are in demand of the state and all across the country. Bridge Valley can help you take that first step. Their insurance pre-sales licensure course will prepare you to sit for the state-required property and casualty insurance licensure exam to start your career in this ever-growing field. Check out bridgevalley.edu for details. Bridge Valley Community Technical College, your career starts here. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-500. More at the mayor coming up on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses are small businesses with big impact, including Generations Physical Therapy and Snap Fitness.
At Toyota, supporting our nation's heroes isn't just a promise, it's a purpose. Through the Toyota Veterans Association, over 1,500 members nationwide provide mentorship, advocacy, and career pathways for veterans transitioning from service to success. Right here in West Virginia, Toyota proudly honors our fallen through the Gold Star Mother's Apple Orchard, a living memorial for reflection and remembrance. And our commitment continues, supporting local heroes, families, and foundations that make our communities stronger. Toyota, driven to serve those who served us.
Hi, I'm Alex Cook, and I'm a project manager with CEC. When people ask why I work at CEC, I tell them it's because we turn visions into reality right here in West Virginia. I point out the roads, parks, and bridges we've developed and the streams we've restored. Then I mention the team, engineers, surveyors, scientists, all working together in the supportive culture we share. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC... According to Feeding America, over 7 million seniors nationwide were food insecure in 2022. West Virginia is no different. Hi, I'm Jason, President and CEO of Union Mission Ministries. For 113 years, Union Mission has focused on helping people in need. Right now, our senior citizens need our help. That is why Union Mission is partnering with local senior living facilities to get food delivered directly to those in need. Will you help us reach more seniors? Visit unionmission.com to learn more.
Looking for the ultimate getaway? Stay and play at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Whether you're here for a weekend escape or a midweek retreat, we've got everything you need under one roof. Wake up refreshed in one of our stunning rooms and head straight to the action, just steps away from the casino floor. Enjoy a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment, all just outside your door. Visit riverscasino.com and book your stay today. Experience the best of both worlds at the Landing Hotel at Rivers Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Free.
7 minutes away from 10, about 275,000 West Virginians, or about 16% of the state's population, supported by SNAP benefits. Food banks have been bracing for spikes of demand as SNAP benefits run dry. You could donate to Facing Hunger Food Bank or Mountaineer Food Bank by scanning the QR code on the front page of WVMetroNews.com. WVRC Media cares about the community. Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin is here. All right, you ready for a few questions
Hit
here?
me.
Dave and Mayor Goodwin,
Yep.
I was one of the people that criticized you about the seats in the Coliseum.
Oh, yeah.
I want to personally, in public, thank you for getting them fixed. Much appreciated.
Yay. Well, good. That is coming up this week. We are going to have a press conference. We're going to have everybody come in and try out the cushy seats and see them. So it's going to be really great. It's something that we've needed for a really long period of time. When the renovations were done to the Coliseum and Convention Center, it was something that wasn't done. And if you have spent hours watching a show in those uncomfortable old chairs that were literally falling apart, please come and enjoy now, forevermore, nice, big seats. And people are going to say, why did you make it one color? Why did you make it because when you're I've learned a lot. Gosh, gee whiz, I've learned so much. Is because when you have the bottom bowl filled or you're having a small group or a small show, the top, what we'd have to buy is all those drapes to kind of block out. Because it was before, by the way, it was in style back then. Some were pink, some were orange, some were purpley, and they were so bright it would be distracting to the performers and to the audience. And so there is a method behind the madness. Why didn't you do them blue and gold? There's a reason. This is what bigger stadiums are doing. We looked at them. We worked with the board over there to make sure that they are comfortable seats. They have what they need. They're clean. And they're sturdy. So, yay, come and enjoy.
Text says the municipal auditorium was shuttered in 2024 or 23. Will any details or plans be revealed for it soon?
Yes, that is my hope. We had a meeting with the folks that I asked that they go in to see what could be salvaged, what could not be on the outer structure of the walls, and what we could do in terms of building on that site. That site is really weird. The best way I can describe it, David, it's kind of whippy-wad. It's kind of turned sideways.
Whippy-wad.
Whippy-wad.
Right. That's an official architectural term, Stephanie.
It's a West Virginia.
Whippy-wad.
We call my mom honey. It's honey. It's a honey term.
It's a honey
wad.
term. Okay.
It's a honey term.
I got you.
And so it doesn't really utilize to the best of its ability that entire space. But we look to make an announcement, and I say announcement loosely. Plans. I don't have a magic wand to say this is what we're going to do. Certainly we have community input, but the thing that I was charged to do is make sure that if we spend $1, I get the best and highest use for that $1, and I can promise you that's exactly what I'm going to do when we reimagine what the municipal auditorium should look like.
Text says, Mayor Goodwin, do you have any information on the schedule for painting of the Washington Street Bridge? I know it's a state bridge, but it's very important to the city. It's rusting to the ground.
It is. Well, they are working on it. They are fixing it. I don't. Right off the top of my head, I don't. But if you call my office, 348-8174, I'll try to track that down for you.
Any thought of bringing back the Kanawha County Fair, maybe and having it at Cato or Coonskin? That'd be more of a county commission thing.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, I think that one thing that we do extremely well, which unfortunately a lot of cities and counties don't do well across the state, is we have such a great, close working relationship with them. Certainly, I would love it right after we get the car show back.
Yeah, 9:57. I see what you did there. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you part by Live Healthy West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine. It's a podcast promoting healthier lifestyles in and beyond the state. Check out the latest episodes, WVMetronews.com, under the podcast menu.
Also, I would be remiss if I didn't say supplemental leaf collection is coming up. So I started when I was mayor because I didn't believe that we were doing a good enough job doing customer service. My job is customer service, so I put a system in, and it's called Q Alert. You call my office, I write it down. It's on the computer. You get a number. Not long gone are the pink stickies that say, while you were out, TJ called and he wants a pothole fix. Well, now it's put into the system. In the system, this time of year, we have so many leaf pickup collections. We are one of the only cities that actually do supplemental leaf collection. If I say supplemental one more time, I win a prize back at the office because Tina Stinson will give it to me. So supplemental leaf collection, bag leaves get picked up on trash day, no limits, rake leaves once a week or twice a season, weather permitting. That doesn't mean if you rake them all towards your driveway, I'm coming to get them tomorrow. That doesn't always happen. So I just allow that to sink in during these last 30 seconds that we have. Right, supplemental leaf collection begins.
And real quick, I know you were out testing, not you personally, but knowing you probably were. The
salt trucks.
The salt trucks.
I know how to do salt trucks.
Brian Hughes, I know.
I do. I've ridden in them many a year.
Brian Hughes tells me, meteorologist Brian Hughes, that we're going to have snow next Monday. Now, granted, it's November. And it's way too, we're not talking accumulation or anything like that, but it will be here before you know it. Give me about 20 seconds on
We
snow.
do. We stocked up on salt. My dad still is a farmer's almanac guy, and he still believes in it. He makes sure that we have enough salt. Again, I'm 54. My parents, do you have enough salt? How are the blades? Do you have them repaired? We do, everybody, including you, Dad. Yes, I have them done. We're ready to go.
Charleston, Mary Schuler Goodwin. I will see you later. Thanks a lot.
Sir.
Mr. Meadows, what you got for us on Talkline today?
Coming up today, Riley Moore, 2nd District Congressman. He's at 10:06. Brad Howe checks in at 10:33. League of Women Voters, Judy Ball will stop by at 10:45. Eric Nelson, it's that time of the month, Dave. How much money do we have?
How much?
We'll check in with him at 11:06. Jeremy Smith, West Virginia's ACA Navigator, at 11:33. Open enrollment, the prices are up on the exchange. So we hear. We'll find out how much.
All right. I gotta go. I'll see you later today on Metro News Midday. Back on this show tomorrow. Till then, have fun and love somebody.